everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making protein pumpkin muffins. As promised, I am going to do some food. So what inspired this video is that I live with a 200-pound bodybuilder who has no self-control, and if I bring any kind of sweets into the house, he will devour them, and then it's my fault. So to combat that, me and my son, we definitely like to try to make healthier versions of these snacks so he doesn't yell at us about it, but they're good. I tried to make it as organic as possible. Some of the ingredients I couldn't get organic for this. If anybody knows what's going on right now with the avian bird flu, it's like impossible to find eggs right now, so I did have to use regular eggs, but everything else is as organic as I can get it. I really like this recipe because it doesn't use any regular flour. I can't have wheat. I've really been trying to stay to all organic stuff just because I know what it's doing to our health. I really think that they're trying to kill us out here. A lot of people think I'm crazy for this, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, I highly suggest checking out Slave City's channel. His name is Bobby. He has a channel where he just kind of goes through all these stores and he rips apart all these companies that say things are organic, but they're really not. Just all these high inflammatory oils that are in everything. So this recipe I have made as clean as possible, grass-fed, organic, and if you like this, just keep watching. So to start, we're always going to do with baking. You're going to separate your dry ingredients from your wet ingredients. So I'm going to start with my oat flour, and I'm looking at my recipe I have wrote down. I actually got this from an influencer, Ashley Flores. If you guys don't know who she is, she's a really big brand ambassador for Alphalete. She had posted this recipe, that's how I got inspired, but I've kind of like twisted it and made it my own a little bit. But by the way, if you guys want one of these little books, I got this on Amazon. This is adorable. You can write all your own recipes in it. It's even adorable to the point where it has little recipe cards in the back that you can write, and it's, you know, perforated so you can give them to other people. I thought that was cool. So I wrote it down in here, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. So to start, we're gonna do 1.5 cups of oat flour. And this is an organic oat flour. All right, protein. My man came in clutch. He found this protein. This is called Levels grass-fed whey protein. This is the cleanest protein that we've been able to find, and we've really been enjoying it. It is kind of pricey. We found it on Amazon, but I mean, for the size of this thing, it's gonna last a while. So do 1 full scoop of this. Then we are going to do 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon. And then we're going to do a full teaspoon of baking soda. And then I put a tablespoon of stevia, but I know the last couple of times I've done this, I've actually done a lot more, like 2 to 3 to sweeten them up just a little bit more. So I'm gonna do like 2, let's just do 2.5. And then for my favorite part, I just wanted to show y'all my seasonings. Look how beautiful that is. I absolutely love this drawer. So we're gonna take out these 2. And also, I got these on Amazon, if anybody was wondering. It comes with all these labels, the jars. It even comes with the top labels and these little acrylic shelves. Gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. We're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. And a pinch of salt. And now I like to whisk all of my dry ingredients together. And I'm just gonna set this aside. Now, for the wet ingredients, we are going to do 1 cup of pumpkin. So, I mean, any other time I'd measure this out, but I know what about a cup is, so. I'd say that's about a cup. Let's see, 3 eggs. Oh, I wish these were organic. All right, 3 tablespoons. I've got organic raw honey. And this is actually going to help add to the sweetness as well as the stevia. Honey is a hard thing to measure because it comes out so slow. All right, we're just gonna eyeball it. All right, next we're gonna do a teaspoon of vanilla. Together. I'm actually going to switch to a whisk. Now we're going to add our dry ingredients to the wet mixture. And I like to add just a little bit at a time. And add the rest. Next we're going to add our chocolate chips. I like to use the Nestle Toll House semi-sweet mini morsels. This is about the only like real sugar that's going to be in this, but even then, for a tablespoon of these, 8 grams of sugar, so there's still going to be some, but with the stevia and the honey, at least there's not a ton of sugar in here. It's just going to be from the chocolate chips. So I just like to add a good handful. So maybe about that much. That should be good. Now I've got my pan, my muffin pan. If you want to use the little paper cups, you can. I just always forget to buy them. So I coated my pan with this ghee, which is nothing but clarified butter, but this is the grass-fed version. You can actually get this at Aldi for pretty cheap. But I highly recommend switching out any kind of shortening like Crisco, like oh that stuff is so awful for you, all that canola oil and God knows what else is in that. I highly suggest switching to this if you ever have an option for it. So let's pour this into our muffin pan. This is so messy, oh my gosh. So I just wanted to clarify, when I said earlier I can't have wheat, I'm not celiac, I'm not allergic to it. Me and my man, this past August, it was my best birthday present I think he's ever got me because these tests are really expensive, but it's called the MRT test. It stands for Mediator Release Test. It tells you everything that you consume, whether it causes inflammation in your body or not. It's not if you're allergic to it, it just pretty much tells you what pisses your body off when you eat it. So you'll have, they test for, I want to say it's like 150 ingredients. You give like multiple vials of blood. They send it off to the specific lab. And when the results come back, you'll get like a chart. I wish I still had mine. I really don't know what I did with it. It's around this house somewhere. But you'll get like the entire list of everything that they tested you for, and each food will come back either green, yellow, or red, as in like a bar graph, and it'll tell you how far your body inflames to it, you know, the level that it goes to. So anything that's in the red and in the yellow, you're supposed to completely cut out of your diet for a month, and then slowly start to add back in your lower yellows a month after that, so on and so forth. And they give you a diet plan and everything, but I didn't stick to it. I just wanted to know what my body was, you know, inflaming to. So my results came back. I've got mine and Troy's taped up on the fridge so that way we know to avoid. but mine came back Brussels sprouts, wheat, and cow's milk. But I had a ton of stuff that was in like the high yellows. Mustard, oats, I'm really not even supposed to be eating, but that was on the low yellow, like almost to the green. It was so low, so I'm good to eat oats. Rice, same thing, that was in my yellow, but it was a low yellow. But some of my highers were like tomatoes and cucumbers, like two things I absolutely love. And I was just like, what am I supposed to put on a salad? But I've just been eating it in moderation, trying to stay away from the stuff that's on here. But other stuff that came up, broccoli, cucumber, egg yolks, goat's milk, wheat, lime, MSG, which doesn't surprise me. Soybean, which that doesn't surprise me either, because that is one of the most highly inflammatory oils that is in almost everything you eat. You wouldn't realize it, but it is so bad for you, and it does something to your hormones as well, especially for a female. You should not consume soy by any means if you can. Troy's, which was ironic because he would always say that like spaghetti would upset his stomach, and he always thought it was the tomatoes and the sauce that was bothering him. Nope, come to find out, his oregano level was almost off the charts. Like it was completely red, like not even a millimeter short, like the whole bar was full, completely red. So I guess he was being honest when he said this whole time, like spaghetti sauce was messing him up, but it wasn't because of the tomatoes, it was because of the oregano. So his other super high red was soybean oil also, no shocker there. But he was actually yellow on caffeine of all things, since they don't just do food, they'll do like just crazy chemicals that are in your food too. It's not just specific ingredients. All right, y'all, these are finished. This is the finished product, and look at that ghee. They lift right out. They're so good. I'm gonna let them cool down, and then we are gonna enjoy. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video.